So I had another one of those lessons with the opera singer today, and I genuinely think I might have stumbled across one of the best people in the country, which is Australia. I live here, for trying to get my voice in a good condition, because there's so many things that she's picking up on that I do, habits that need to be stopped. And these are things that I do know, to be fair, things like, the jaws are really tight and all that stuff, and the tongue's, not getting out of the way and all that kind of stuff. And less when, too much tension everywhere. Like, that's all stuff that I know, but she's really, really good at actually helping to get under the hood and sort those issues out with me, and do it consistently. She's not doing it for free, she's doing it obviously for money. At the end of the day, it's business, but she is just absolutely fantastic, and I'm extremely grateful and humbled to say that, she's just, brilliant. And I'm delighted that I can almost be in her house, getting taught by her. That's basically the way I feel about it. And it's almost like she has been able to instill like a lot more of the belief that I guess I had. I've got it in me somewhere, but it's like, if you're beaten down so many times by, reflux or tension or whatever, stuff that I've basically been going through, or operations as well, you go through all that, and it really, it's almost like a catapult. I've used this as an analogy before. So you get pulled back so much. You're either going to go really far because you're using it as fuel, or you snap. And I've been close to snapping several times. But then when I meet someone like her, who, she really believes in you, and when she's starting to get you to sing a bit better each time, it's like, okay, maybe I can actually do this after all. That's basically the way I feel. It's just been extremely valuable, not just the physical side, but the mental side as well. One of the things I wanted to share with you today about the lesson I had today, is again about the yawning sensation. I've mentioned this a couple times recently, after seeing it the first time, and that's that you're trying to get the uvula and the tongue to be as far apart as possible, and obviously that's through the yawning thing. So, when you're about to yawn, that's when they are the most separated point, and you want to use that feeling. And I can't stress this enough, but that's kind of the only way you can get it to be that way. Because if you were to force it open and that way, it doesn't have the same effect. So you literally need to get that yawning sensation and keep working on it and working on it. And often the open vowels, like ooh, 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 that kind of stuff is basically where it all lies. And the other thing she was saying is about how, she said so much stuff, but one of the things is about chord closure is when you start in a muffled sound, like there's way too much oomph coming into that. So she says what you want is a really, really clean connection every time. So that's fine, but if I was to do it's kind of going like that, and that's completely not what you want to do. That's how you ruin your voice and get polyps and all that kind of stuff. Which I have had myself. I had surgery for a few years ago, because I had a polyp on the cords. Another thing she was saying all about air pressure. So if it's all tight up here and you're trying to push air through there, eventually that's just gonna wreak havoc on the cord as well. So you've got to be really, really careful. So about clean cord closure and that yawning sensation, all the stuff that you've probably heard already, but how do you actually go about doing that? Well, here's something you can do. So, imagine you're about to go, and then what you want to be able to do is go really gently into the head voice and then back again. So, wasn't that clear on the way up, but on the way down it was. And it's like, if you can get that really gentle way up, then you're providing enough space in the back of the throat for that, connection to work properly. And then if you see with the tongue, if I'm doing the yawning properly, it's like the tongue then does this dip in the middle, which is when you know it's like getting out the way, and then the sound can resonate in a proper space. So I can do it, a loud one if you want. So, so with the tongue, you can see like there's a dip in the middle. And when you see that, when I see that, at least that when I've had previous good vocal days, which few and far between, trust me, which is what this whole channel is about. But I know that the tongue, there's that dip in the middle, and I always look for that. Yeah, anyway, that's basically the kind of stuff I'm learning. And she's saying all the time, like just just throughout the day, like whenever you can, basically, on different vowels or so work with that. I'm going to be working with it personally, so you'll be able to see the progress. I'm assuming there'll be a lot of progress, given that I'm talking to one of the best people in the country, this sort of thing, in terms of vocal health and vocal coaching and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, the opera singers are the best singers around. And while the lady that I'm seeing, while it's obviously the opera style, she works with pop rock singers as well. So yeah. And what's really cool is that she's also met like so many of these famous people, including Bruce Springsteen, who's my favorite artist, basically. But yeah, anyway, that's the situation, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.